The rain had just begun to fall, light droplets tapping against the asphalt. The sky was a dull gray, and the usual hum of city life carried on. A young boy, no older than 12, darted across the road, his schoolbag bouncing against his back. He was late, again. His mother had warned him about running in traffic, but in that moment, he only thought of the scolding he'd get at home. Then, it happened. The screech of tires. The shouts of bystanders. The sickening thud. A car had hit him. For a moment, everything was still. People froze, staring at the motionless boy sprawled on the ground. His backpack lay a few feet away, its contents spilling into a puddle. Then, chaos erupted. Among the onlookers, a man rushed forward, Arif, a paramedic who happened to be on his way home. Without hesitation, he dropped to his knees beside the boy. His pulse pounded in his ears as he assessed the injuries. No response. No movement. But there was still a pulse, faint, struggling. Someone call an ambulance. Arif shouted, his hands steady as he began CPR. The boy's lips were turning pale. Arif counted each second in his head. 1 minute. Bystanders whispered. Some prayed. Others simply watched in shock. 2 minutes. A woman cried, "Is he going to be okay?" 3 minutes. Arif didn't stop. Sweat mixed with the rain dripping down his face. 4 minutes. The boy's tiny chest barely moved. His life hung in the balance. 5 minutes. The sirens were near now, but was it too late? 6 minutes. Arif pressed harder. Come on, kid, breathe. 7 minutes. Then, a gasp. A sharp intake of air. The boy's fingers twitched. His eyelids fluttered. 8 minutes. The ambulance arrived. Paramedics took over. The boy was alive. Tears streamed down the face of a woman who ran to the boy, his mother. She clutched his hand as he was lifted onto the stretcher, sobbing words of gratitude. Arif stepped back, breathless, his heart pounding from more than just exhaustion. He watched as the ambulance doors closed and sped away, carrying a life that had come so close to slipping away. Later that night, Arif sat alone in his small apartment, staring at his hands, hands that had held on, hands that refused to give up. He wasn't a hero, he thought. He was just someone who chose to act when it mattered. 8 minutes. That was all it took to save a life, and sometimes, 8 minutes was all it took to remind the world of the power of human kindness.